Sean, welcome to SBK, the family. We're delighted to have you and part of the team. It's great to have you as an ambassador. And it's been a great season for you, as it has been many seasons through. But just like to start with how it's like your highlights, and also looking at sort of the next 6 weeks until the end of the season proper, your big goals and aims before the season finishes.
Yeah, no, really great to be part of the team, and like you said, the season has been great so far. Back to quite a few winners for Richard, and obviously a few outsiders. And I think highlights of it all was obviously Happy Romance getting that Group 3 win in, proving that the sales races she won weren't, like she was definitely a bit better than that. And I thought Gabas winning the super sprint for me a second time, and Snow Lantern, the obvious one, winning the Falmouth.
Yeah, absolutely. Two, and you've touched on two fillies that are going to play a big part of your weekend as well coming up. Obviously, Happy Romance, as you say, to prove that she wasn't just a 2-year-old, she's turned into a pretty smart 3-year-old as well, must be really satisfying. This weekend's race looks obviously very hot, but for her, in the form that she's in, she must have a cracking chance, considering the ground is fast as well, like going to be the ground that she wants. How do you assess her chances?
I think that's definitely key. One of the great things about her is, look, although she's only won a Group 3, she's definitely worth taking a go in these Group 1s, because she's so straightforward, she's genuine, and she really likes the ground if it comes up for her like that. The way it is in the sprinters, there's only short margins between the majority of them. Obviously, Starman being the most exceptional one standing out, but he's also been beat before. He had a hard race in France, and the sprinters' forms can be very in and out. She's only learning her trade, I think, and getting better at it. I would have thought she has a great each way chance, especially because she's going to give it. She's going to give it her all, and definitely be putting her head down to come in the line.
With her, she seems to be a filly. I know, looking back on her form, that run at Chelmsford when she got into all sorts of problems, but she really battled. She's got a really good attitude, and actually at Newbury as well, she had to really go past horses too. And she seems to be a filly that sort of thrives and sort of like trying to get herself out of trouble. Would that be fair to say? In these sprints that can be quite messy, she actually does really well in them.
She does do really well, man, because I think she's really good at picking up the pieces, so to speak. She's an off the bridle sprinter. She doesn't race enthusiastically through the first couple of furlongs, which kind of leaves her normally out the back, kind of half struggling to go with them. But she's definitely a good closer. I think that's what helps it definitely helps her as she lets the other horses get on with it, and then like I said, picks up the pieces late on. Sometimes she can pick up the whole field, and sometimes she doesn't. So it's just one of those. But like, I think she naturally runs in whatever her comfort zone is, and it just tends to be out there. Obviously, in time, as she gets stronger and faster, that could ultimately change. But at the moment, that's the way she runs.
Yeah, she's probably going to be a double-figure price, which I think is pretty generous considering the form that she comes into this race. So best of luck with her. Obviously, as I mentioned, it's a pretty big weekend for your fillies that you're joining forces with. Sunday, the Prix Du Moulin is a huge race for Snow Lantern. First of all, how excited are you to be repartnering her after obviously unable to ride her in the Sussex stage, which I'm sure was fairly frustrating for you? How excited is it for you to be back on board her on Sunday?
Very excited, very excited. Look, I'm lucky enough I ride her every day anyway, so she was frustrating me at home. She's getting very fresh since she last ran, and we thought obviously the plan was to go to the Sun Chariot, but there would have been a lot of time between her last run and that run. So we thought it'd probably be more beneficial to throw a race in between the two.
And
So
oh, sorry, continue on. Sorry.
hence they found the Moulin. It's the right trip. I think the track will definitely suit. We obviously don't want it to. We like the ground to stay as it is. Preferably maybe dry out a little bit, but definitely don't want it to turn out soft again. I don't think. And no, it'll be a nice run to have in between. In between, obviously, her last run and the Sun and then this going on to the Sun Chariot.
So can we just go back just quickly onto the Sussex Stakes, because obviously that was a run where, you know, Goodwood's a tricky track. It's you know, you can get into a lot of trouble there. How do you assess it? I know it was hard for you, probably tricky for you, because, you know, watching it from the stands, but she was staying on so well, so strongly, and you know, she's going to be running up against Poetic Flare again. Do you think she can reverse the placings with her on the balance of what you saw?
I think so. I think, you know, personally, I think Goodwood is a tricky track, which tends to suit the faster types of horses with a better turn of foot than probably she has. We always thought she'd get a mile and two at some stage of her life, which would explain how she kind of seemed as if she was outpaced a little bit and maybe a bit unlucky not to be getting the breaks when she needed them come the latter part of the race. Personally, I know that would, she just takes a long time to build into a stride before she shows you a top speed, I suppose. And it doesn't tend to suit horses like that in Goodwood. You know, they have to be very quick, very, very quick to get into their top gear, because, like, you know, it's gaps there open and close very quickly. It's just the nature of the track, and I think that would explain how she looked a bit hard done by, as far as how the gaps didn't appear for her when they needed to be. And then, you know, she had to switch out into the middle of the track late on, and once she got into top gear, she showed how you know, how good she is. She was closing up Poetic Flare all the way to the line. So no, I think Goodwood might not have suited her, not on that ground, I didn't think on the day, but I think Longchamp just gonna be it's definitely gonna be the track that she'd like.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was about to say, that point, that it's a completely different track, that straight mile, it will be of benefit to her, and you're hoping to see the best in her, based on probably the way that it might pan out. But how highly do you rate Baid and what you've seen and that challenge? Because this is a horse with a lot of hype around him, and he seems to be the horse to beat.
I think he deserves to have all the hype around him. You know, looking at his Goodwood run, he was exceptional, no doubt about it. He was very exceptional. Look, you could probably question what he beat on the day. And he's going up against, you know, I mean, he's going up against very good horses now on Sunday. Snow Lantern being one of them. Okay, I think he's a very good horse, but he has to prove it one more time.
Yeah, and look, you're Group 1 confirmed, proven. As a final question on Snow Lantern, obviously there's been a lot of talk from yourself and Richard as well about, you know, how important your connection is with her, and how well you know the filly and her development, turning from a 2 to a 3-year-old and teaching her to settle and all of this. How do you feel she is in herself now compared to where she was earlier on in the year?
I think she started the year as a bit of a frame of a horse, and I mean, we always thought she'd fill out as the year went on, which she has done 100%. You know, Mr. Keswick was in the other day and looked at her, and he even commented on how much stronger she looks now than she did a couple of months ago. She's just getting better and better as time goes on. So yeah, no, look, we're really happy where she is at the moment, and you know, look, France is a long way to go, and that's another thing to look at altogether. This is her first time traveling that far and out of the country, so hopefully that all goes well. Pretty sure she left this morning at around 4 o'clock, so she should be nearly there, maybe. But she's no, we'll take it at one step at a time. But at the moment, we're very happy where she is. She's done very, very well.
And look, she's a three. I like her sire, who got better with age as well, and her dam as well. She's going to get better, next year as well. And I hear that she's staying in training, which must give you a lot of excitement.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Because that's why she's kind of going to be lightly raced this year, because I think they have a lot of plans for her as a 4-year-old, and she's a type. I think it's going to benefit her another year. Another year under another winter to progress and grow and mature, and I think she'll make a very nice 4-year-old.
Brilliant. Well, a double header in terms of your fillies, who I know that you have a lot of love for. So best of luck for both of them. You've got some nice rides outside of that this weekend at Haydock. A couple of them I see jukeboxes in again as well. Outside of those two, is there anything that you're really looking forward to sitting on?
Rhythmic Intent would be one. Lovely galloping type of horse. Will definitely be suited by Haydock. And I would have thought definitely suited by the trip, suited by the track and the ground as well, I would have thought.
Brilliant. Well, Sean, it's great to have you part of SBK. I know that you're going to get involved with doing plenty more podcasts and chats and catch-ups as we go on over the next course of the next few months. And brilliant to have you on board. And best of luck this weekend, because I say it's a Group 1 double header is something to always get excited about. That's where you get up in the mornings, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to you soon.